you want to make $10,000 profit as fast as possible, then this is the video for you. My name is Noah. I've done $450,000 profit with TikTok Shop in my first year, and I did 6 figures in 1 month. And in this video, I'm giving you the exact strategy that I use to make that much money so that you could just take action on it and make as much money as fast as possible, cutting through all the thousands of mistakes that everybody else on TikTok Shop is making. They're on the same hamster wheel, but this is going to prevent you from, months and months, potentially years of frustration, doubt, nothing working. I'm going to get you set straight and tell you the mistakes that you should not be making so that you could do everything right and make as much money as possible. So this is the reason why most creators can't break $1,000 to $3,000 in a month. By the way, if you don't know what TikTok Shop is, you either create content by making videos or go live talking about other people's products, and every single time that somebody buys from your video or live stream, you earn a commission. It's that simple, no fulfillment. You just create content and get money to fall from the sky straight into your bank account. So most people are ordering products, posting a few videos, blaming the product, and then just getting more products. It's a silly hamster wheel. They're blaming the product itself instead of the research method, or they're blaming the product itself instead of their content. They're just deflecting accountability. For that reason, they'll always stay the same. A lot of people are also just ordering free samples. Every single time that you order a free sample, you have to post for it in order to keep your score up. That allows you to get more free samples. It's another hamster wheel. It's just an excuse to get free stuff. Stop doing it. People also are just too busy copying viral videos or being a creative genius themselves. They'll try to copy everybody else, and when that's not working, they'll think they have to be a creative genius, and both don't work, because this way you're just a talking puppet, and also you're just competing with thousands of the same exact videos every single day, so you're not going to push through. In this way, you're not actually properly creating viral content, which is just recreating what's actually working and applying it to your product. 80-20 method, just taking what's working and applying it to your stuff. Bottom of funnel, stop doing it. If you don't know what it is, good. It's spammy content. It's basically for people who cannot sell for the life, whatever they can't possibly sell, so they just do the most spammy, $20 off. It's terrible. A lot of people are also just solely focused on videos. This is also stupid. I'll get into why. Also, a lot of people are just focused on the retainer hamster wheel. Retainers are basically, if you post one time a day for 30 days, a brand will give you like $500 or something like that. So people are just like stacking base pay so they can make a couple $1,000s, but they're products that suck. The reason why they're doing that is because they're part of a community that they are like pledging their allegiance to, and they can't break out of it, when they don't realize that the agency doesn't have the best interest for them to make the most money. Their whole model is based around people who are low quality creators making low quality content so that they could just make a couple $100s essentially and keep them so that they can make revenue share in the back end. So if you are interested in making tens of thousands of dollars, learn from somebody who's actually done that instead of people who are just running a business model so that they can get revenue share in the back end. That's no hate to them. They're doing a great service, and it works. It works. It's allowing people to make thousands of dollars who have no skill, so it's cool. But if you want to make a bunch of money, do this. But quick, in summary, people are too busy doing what's not working, trying to fix it with more volume. People are like, oh, just do more, do more. Well, doing more of what's not working is painfully stupid. Just think about it for 1 second. And like I said, even the top creators are still making massive mistakes. They think they just have to go viral all the time, but they're making like a couple $100 even when they go viral, which is so stupid. So I'll tell you exactly how, instead of using bad products, bad testing strategy with bad content and terrible strategy once again, instead, you can make $10,000 a month. This strategy allows anybody to make $10,000 a month because it's all product focused. You can find a product which does not require insane, viral, incredible content because it almost sells itself. You can find that product by sharpening the axe so that you can create a blue ocean for yourself, so that when you do know how to create viral content, you're making tens of thousands of dollars instead of people who go viral all the time, but they're not making that much money. They're on the same hamster wheel. 2 ways to do this. You can look for a video product that converts on average for the best videos at $1,000 commission per 100,000 views. That's crazy. That's ideal. Or finding a live product that makes $100 an hour. I like starting with live streams as your foundation because that's consistent income, and then adding in viral videos because that's what really, accelerates you for exponential growth. But just so you know, you can make $10,000 with just live streams or just videos. You don't need all of this to make $10,000. This is just the strategy that I use to make 6 figures, which makes it really easy for somebody to do, 5 figures a month. So this is the strategy that I used: videos and live streams for a high converting product that makes a butt ton of commission every single time that I make a sale. The reason why is when you go viral, when somebody's in your video, they can go into your live from there. So you're making tens of thousands of dollars, or let's just say, for 5 figures, thousands of dollars from videos and maybe thousands of dollars from live streams. But now you're getting hundreds of thousands of extra viewers into your live streams who weren't converting inside of your videos. So you're capturing all this extra viewership that most people are missing out on because they're just doing this or they're just doing this. Using both in tandem for the same product is a crazy strategy. Nobody does it because they're too lazy to figure out how to do proper product research. So this is how to do it. Live stream product where somebody's making a lot of money every single time they show up, but they're inconsistent and don't put in a lot of hours. Why is that the blueprint? Because we have a lot of room to come in and take over. The reason why is because live streams is just a redistribution of viewership across a product. And so if there's not a lot of competition, this one has a little bit of competition, but this is an up and coming product. It's going to continue to do well. So if you order this, it would be unreasonable to think that you wouldn't start out at maybe at least $20 an hour, even if you're going live a couple hours a day. But if you put in a lot of hours, there is room to take over. Why do I know this? I've been looking at this product for over the past week. This is the first time I've seen this dude, and he had the number 4 live stream because he went 3 hours, which is longer than this dude who only goes live for like an hour. He's been on this the longest, but he lost his main spot because he's not going live for very long. He allowed this guy to come in since he was going longer hours, and now TikTok is going to reward the person who's showing up the most and making them the most money, since they make 7% off of every single sale that you make on TikTok. That doesn't take out of your commission. That's just out of the, the cost or the value of the product. If it's $30, TikTok makes 7% of that $30. So let's calculate how much this person is making. It's a 10% commission product. So they're making $150 an hour because they're making $600 in commission over 4 hours. Same thing right here, like $100 an hour, $150 an hour, something like that. This dude also like $100 and so dollars an hour. This dude, I don't know, $300 an hour, something like that. So they're destroying. There's a lot of room to come in as well. So that's one way to find a product. Another way is by looking at how much commission you can make for every 100,000 views. This is the top product on TikTok, so it's not going to be great. We want to look for something a little bit more niche so that you can create a blue ocean for yourself, but I just want to show you sort of how the calculation would work here. You look at the top performing videos and how many views that they're getting, and then calculate how much money that would be for every 100,000 views. Because basically what this means is if you can find a product that you don't need to get as many views, but you can make a lot more commission, that's like unbelievable. So this video it's a 20% commission product, so it's like $70,000 commission, and across 46 million views, it's like $150 for every 100,000 views. So not great, but a different way that you could do this is if you go to the video and ad section, you could do a couple filters very strategically, where let's say I wanted to look for something, a video that's making at least $5,000 in the past, we could say 7 days. And then we can hit this views filter right here to filter it by low views. What this is going to do is find the lowest views with the highest revenue. This is going to pop up with a lot of like spammy, drop shippy type ads, so it's not the best reflection, but sometimes when you're scrolling through this, you will find crazy high converting products on TikTok Shop that nobody's really ripping, because the whole thing is, the main product research methods is going to be looking at like the top stuff. This is a super niche filter, so if you find something crazy high converting, you know that you can create content for that, and the content doesn't need to be incredible and you'll still make a lot of money. But if you can make incredible content, that's going to make you even more money. So those are 2 methods that I use to find really good products, and that's what's working for all the people that I'm helping out with as well. So the reason why you want to use live streams as a foundation is because it's consistent income. A lot of people are like trying to go viral once a month to make their income, and it just creates a lot of fear, anxiety, and worry. Like, what if I don't go viral? It's just a terrible feedback loop. I've been in it. It's not fun. I realized I need to find something consistent. So I tested products for months and months until I found these product research methods. But basically, lives are awesome because all you have to really do is just pin a product and point to a button, because it's going to target people who have seen the product, who have interacted with content that's similar to the product. So other, like summer-y type products to an ice maker, like pool stuff or kitchen products or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Or they've even added it to their cart and they haven't bought it yet. So it's going to target these people. How to sell, you use urgency, scarcity, and social proof. Limited amount of time, urgency, limited amount of product itself. Social proof is like, already 100 people bought it during this live, so get it right now. Also be talking about the product features and FAQs. So talking about what the ice maker is, what it does, how it does it, and just answering the most common questions that you get. So over time, as you develop the script, you'll just incorporate that into your script and really drill that so that you don't have to be reactive. You could be proactive. Also, you can put in a billboard to add some extra product features and just make it look aesthetic. You wouldn't want to put the billboard over like the interface in the center of the screen. Also, you could use live flash sales like this. Once you start making money, you can increase your commissions as well. So you could basically double your hourly rate overnight if you're building a good relationship with the company, which I'm sure you cannot do that at your job. So it's great to make consistent income, knowing that you could show up for a certain amount of hours every single day and make a bunch of money. Once again, with a great product, you can easily be at $10,000 a month with just lives. For example, with that pillow, that person was making $150 an hour. If you're making like even $50 an hour, if you have the time for it, all it would take to make $333 a day is 6.5 hours. I know that's a lot, but if you're somebody who hates your job, you don't have to work as long and you can work from home. Ideally, though, we would get to a point where you're making minimum, $100 profit, and you would only have to do 3 hours a day. That's ideal. It's very, very rare, but with good product research, you can find something like that. That's how I found the litter box, is I saw somebody going live on the litter box, going live a couple hours a day, a couple times a week, but making like $200 an hour. I was like, bet it would be unreasonable to think that I wouldn't do well if I came in with this product. I started crushing. I negotiated with the company, made a bunch of money. Videos. The reason why I add this in is because they're essentially lottery tickets. Post as much as you want. Never not post unless you know it's a terrible video. But if you're like questioning about it, just post it. Just post it. It's a lottery ticket. It's free. You can make tens of thousands of dollars. But this is what gives you tens of thousands of dollars from the videos itself and accelerating the live streams to make a bunch of money. Simple framework. Hook, body, CTA. Hook is the first couple seconds of the video just to draw people in. It has to be intriguing. Scroll stopping with what you say or the visual aspect. It's engaging. You just want to hook people in. Body is you selling the product for the rest of the 90% of the video. And then the CTA is just pointing to the, button at the bottom. Just saying like, and it's on sale right now. Just click the orange button down below. The way to do this well, like I said, is the 80-20 rule. Just recreate what's already working for other people and applying it to your high converting product. This is why most people are so stuck on TikTok Shop, because they're cultivating the skill set of virality, but they're doing it for something that's not the best vehicle. It's like the same thing as the 9-to-5 versus TikTok Shop. 9-to-5, it's time times muscles. So you have to work a certain amount of hours with your labor, which is a limited resource, which creates a limited amount of money that you can make, versus TikTok Shop, where you could post lottery tickets, right? Where you could take that same amount of labor, but apply it to something that can make you tens of thousands of dollars. Well, now we're thinking smart on top of being TikTok Shop. So let's take that to the extra layer of, even though we're doing TikTok Shop and we're posting lottery tickets, let's put it onto the best product possible, so that instead of making $150 for every 100,000 views, you can make 1,000 for every 100,000 views, so that you don't even have to create the best content ever. You could still make a bunch of money. Hopefully that makes sense. Once you go viral once, it's also so easy to milk it. There's some examples. I can pull up my TikTok page real quick for my litter box content, so I could just show you what that was like. I'll just give you a couple brief examples. I don't want to dwell on this too long because I want to get you on your way. You could go to this, account and study it. But basically, like, I knew everything about the product. There was a dangerous litter box in the market, and I created this video.
Do not get a self-cleaning litter box unless you know that it is safe.
So that was the hook that I used to get people in, basically targeting their pain points and their fear. Hey, there's a dangerous litter box. Don't get it. You see penguins. I just put, this was another video that I created.
They're trying to cancel this guy for exposing a $700 million industry. Listen closely to what he has to say, because you might not find this anywhere.
This was the same exact hook as I saw another guy make. You could look up Kyle's Health on TikTok. Look at his top 2 videos. Same exact hook. Then I took this.
Do not buy a litter robot. It is a giant scam.
All of these are very similar. I'm just targeting out the main competitor. Don't do this, it's a scam, or don't buy this, it's dangerous. Look at this.
I left my cats at home for an entire week and I don't feel bad about it.
Cat parents really care about the safety and the well-being of their cats. Like, they're so whatever. So I was like, I don't care that I left my cats at home because they're taken care of by this litter box. People were like, you're a piece of crap, but I still sold the box. And so they were buying it anyways. So hopefully that makes sense. Once you go viral once, TikTok has a bunch of data on the types of people to send your video to, so it's going to be way easier to go viral as well. I'm really trying to go through this as fast as possible because I respect your time, but I'm giving you all the right information so you don't make a bunch of mistakes like other people. Scaling, very, very simple. I mean, here, if you have a really good product, if you're just doing live streams and you're making good money and videos, even without these scaling strategies, you could even be at $50,000 a month. You know what I mean? But we're trying to get you to 10K, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. So if you're not at 10K yet, you could scale by negotiating with the company. Rather than the retainer hamster wheel where you're just getting a bunch of terrible products and making a couple $100s per retainer, you're just wasting your time. You could get live flash sales if you're doing flash sales, or if you're doing live streams. That's how you can get it to say 3 left and have a crazy compare at price right here. Oh my gosh, it's half off. And also like a limited timer of how much time they have to get it to. That helps so much. TikTok really helps you. Increase commissions. You could double your hourly rate overnight, maybe even triple it like that, like I said before. So, maybe you're doing, $300 a day, or let's say $150 a day, and you're working 3 hours for that. If you double your commission, then you could work 3 hours still, but make $300 a day. Hopefully that makes sense. Bonuses, retainers, you could basically get these companies to pay you just to stay instead of going to another opportunity. And this takes months and months. You can exhaust negotiations like crazy. I got from 10% to 23% for the cat litter box. Nobody else could get above 15%. I negotiated with a litter box a $20,000 bonus to just keep going live an extra hour every day and post 1 video a day as well. So there's so much room. Essentials for success, you have to apply these or else you will fail. Success is incredible inputs daily over time. You can't put in terrible inputs and expect good results. I literally just gave you the most crazy, simple blueprint and framework on TikTok Shop today. I firmly believe that. I can say that with confidence because I just know people who are winning in this space and they're still on the same hamster wheel because they're just still trying to go viral. They're not, nobody, when I tell you nobody's doing this, nobody knows how to create viral content and go live for the same product on a product that is destroying so that you can create a blue ocean for yourself. Nobody else knows how to do that and nobody does it. So this is incredible information, but you have to put in the inputs. It doesn't matter how good the information is that I'm giving you is my point. If you don't put in the hours, you're not going to make money. Duh. You're not entitled to the money just because I told you how to do it. Now you have to go out there and do it. The only way to learn, by the way, is to try and get feedback. If the success of the thing that you're doing is dependent upon the skill set, you can't build the skill set unless you do it. You can't learn your way to having it. You just have to do it in order to learn how to do it. So just do it. The only way to fail is to quit. It's pretty simple. If you quit, you're not going to win. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it, so I won't do it. Okay, then you're not going to do it. If you do it and you keep showing up and you don't quit, it's going to happen. Actionable is get your TikTok shop account. You need a shop account because otherwise you won't be able to do it. So just buy an account. It's like $300. I have a link in my description. You can get a $10 off discount. Don't try to grow it yourself. It's going to take months and months and you're wasting your time. Speed is everything in business. Find good products and order them. You want to get a backup because if you test a product and it doesn't work, then you don't want to wait time to find another one and then order and then wait for it to come in and then set everything up and blah, blah, blah. Get a backup. Test lives and videos. I would just start out by doing both. Even if you have a minimum of 2 hours a day, just go 2 hours of live, a day and 1 video daily. Once again, I'd way rather have the consistent, money coming in than rely on videos. So this is the recipe that I would do. The optimal thing to do is 4 hours a day for live streams. That was way better than 2 2-hour lives is 1 4-hour live plus 3 to 5 videos a day. Always post right before you go live so you can get that additional viewership as well. Follow the favor. If you're doing well with live streams, go live longer. Oh, I'm doing well with lives. How do I make more money? Go live longer. With videos, if you go viral, you have to go live at the same time so you capture the extra viewership, but make sure that you're posting more viral content just by making some small tweaks to your videos. I have a lot of other case studies on this on my YouTube channel if you want to binge my videos. I talk about all this type of stuff. So definitely make sure that you're just recreating the top content, taking winning hooks from other people and applying it to your crazy high converting product that's already making you a lot of money and you already know the script on your live stream for how to get people to buy. So you could just attach new hooks onto the same script. All those videos, there's a reason why I didn't show you the, next 95% of the videos because they're basically all the same. It's just the same script that was in my live stream. Now just go do it. Just know, because I want to set your expectations, it took me 3 months to find the litter box, and then I made $350,000 profit from that. I made an extra $100,000 from other stuff, but it was $350,000 from just that litter box. So it might take time. It's going to take time. Like I was doing a lot of research, testing a lot of products pretty much all day. So just push through and it's worth it. Once you find something that hits, you're going to make a bunch of money. But if you just want the best results possible, because you said in the beginning of the video, you're the type of person who wants to make $10,000 as fast as possible, then you could just work with me because I could give you a product that is already super good because I already have the skill set that would take you months and months to cultivate. This is Luke, my business partner. This is his dad. In his first month, he did $10,000 almost just because we gave him a product. We told him everything about what to do with live streams. He wasn't even doing videos at the time. And this is also a principle that I've used, a consultant to give me directional advice on what to do and how to scale because he had already done a 6-figure month before me. So it doesn't matter what level that you're at. You can always invest into the person who has more experience and information who can guide you and teach you. That was the reason I was able to do a 6-figure month is because I desired to do that. And so I paid the person who could help me to do that. Just giving you straight up. You don't even have to work with me. Go work with somebody else. You're not going to find anybody who's better than me. I firmly believe that because nobody else is teaching this strategy where you don't have to rely so much on your skill set as much as the product. And I can literally just give that for you and help you to find one. So if you want to expedite your results with TikTok Shop, I can get you to 10K a month faster than any other program. Once again, this is because other programs are built to create 3K a month affiliates. I'm not going to try to help people to make, $50,000+ months because they're just operating an agency where they just need more creators and more brands and it's just cash flow. So I personally mentor you and I teach you how to make a lot of money. That's why it's different. So I give you my full strategy that made me $450,000 profit from videos and lives. I do one-on-one calls and my DMs are open daily. I'm with you every single step of the way. You don't have to worry about what to do. So if you are the type of person who you want to put in super low effort, you don't want to try, you don't want to change your life, you don't want to create financial freedom, time and location freedom, but you just want to get, an extra couple pairs of shoes every month, go to a different agency, go to a different service. But if you want to work with me, make tens of thousands of dollars, if that sounds good to you, you can click the link in my description or my bio, hear more details. And if you want to join, apply and book a call with us. We're only working with 10 people. We're accepting only 10 people because we really just want to pour it into everybody so that we can get the best possible results for you. So if that sounds good, click the link, hear more information, book a call with us. We'd love to see if you're a good fit. Let's make some cash bread together. Sound good? Awesome. God bless.